All right.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon.
Hey, Freddie. How you doing today?
I'm blessed, thank you.
Um, so I wanted to thank you for agreeing to do this interview with me. Um, the
My
title
pleasure.
is, huh?
My pleasure.
Thank you. The title is Mental Health and Persevering, right? And again, I wanted to thank you because, you know, as you know, Monique's Healing Lounge, we like to have others learn by our experiences. We
Yes.
also want to help destigmatize mental illness and mental health, and also be okay with self love, right? Normalizing self love and self care. So, definitely want to thank you. I think people will actually learn a lot from your interview. So,
Well,
thank
I
you for
hope I could be a blessing for those.
good. So I'm gonna be writing. So if you see my head, over to the side, because it's little points and stuff that I want to make sure that we touch on. If you say
Yes.
something important, okay? And also I want you to know that what you share and what you don't share is totally up to you.
Mhm.
Um, it's not my position to make you uncomfortable, right? I want you to be comfortable sharing. So, with that said, give us a little bit about who you are.
Well, okay. So my name is Wilfredo Gonzalez, but I've been getting called by, I prefer to be called by Freddie. Basically, I am a Hispanic young man. Age would not be disclosed. um, but I am a strong individual person that has had issues with mental health illness due to my past, and I have overcome that, thank God. But it took time. So if I could share bits bits of pieces of my story and to help those that are struggling through this illness, I will hope to be a blessing to those. Basically, I'm a child of five. There's five of us. Come from a separate family. Single mom, dad. They separated, and started my journey from there. As a young kid, born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. Um, so yes, so if I could inspire those and be a blessing to those, I'm here for it. That's a little
Okay.
bit about.
So tell me, why did you agree to talk about this topic?
Well, I feel like this topic is a very strong topic, and I believe it's a great topic due to there's a lot of things going on in this world now, and it's been going around, but right now we're through pandemic and a lot of crisis that's been going on around the world. People has been suffering from a lot of mental health illnesses, and I believe it's a it's a it's a very strong topic, but it's very also helpful if you learn how to cope and deal with it. With and sharing, a lot has to do with also communication and speaking about it, and not only just building it and keeping it in you because it'll get you worse if you just think you could overcome it by not saying anything. That's a lie because I was one of those that suffered a lot with mental health issues. I did not like to open up to no one because I would feel I was also afraid of being judged from people because a lot of people do judge you and they think when you have one of your little bad times or any day that don't go at your level that they'll think they want to throw that word in and think that you have issues or that you just a negative person, an angry person. And it's not that. It's also a lot dealing with things that people do and they'll trigger it. So you just shut down. I have been a person that will shut down. I used to be very angry. I used to just think of myself very negative because people will be like, "Oh, you're just a mean person. Nobody could talk to you and everything." That's not the case. It's just how you approach me. I am a person of the approach. You approach me, and I'm going to approach you the same way you approach me. I could be very strong, stern in my deliverance, but I had to also learn how to find a filter in life. And thank God I have found it. Still working on a lot of things, but I have grew to become better. But it's very important because you have people out there that is suffering through this and they don't know where to turn to, where it comes a point that some people look at it and commit suicide or just become helpless. And that's not the way to go about it.
Yeah.
There's help out there, and if I could be a person that could help others and change their minds and see there is a light at the end, I'll feel even better for myself that I have helped them.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely feel the same way, which is why I started this. Like, I feel like even if I can help one person, like, I know I can't help the world, but I feel like if I can at least help one person, right? Let this
Mm-hmm.
one person that may be contemplating suicide know that there is there is a way,
Oh
right?
wait,
And this is why I do these interviews, because I want people to see them and know that we've lived through these experiences and we're here
you're
to
not
tell a
alone.
story,
Yes,
right? So tell me, do you think, so you said a lot about yourself, right? You used to be an angry person, you used to shut down, you used to think of yourself in a negative way. Um,
yes,
and you also had to learn how to filter what you do. You think that a lot of that had to do with your past, like things like your past childhood traumas?
yes. I feel it started from there because I felt I'm the baby of four. I have four other siblings older than me. I am a twin. I am the only male of my family, and I have to become an adult at an early age. Um, when my mom and my dad separated, my father just left the house with his things and left us like if we he did not have any other kids. It came to a situation that my mom had to choose, and she couldn't do it all alone. As a single parent years ago, it was very hard. And I have a lot of, it started with when she gave me and my twin to my father because it was too much for her, bills, financial wise, and he was not helping. And I felt like when she did that first, I just sat back and I was like, oh wow, I don't want to go with this man. This man is too stern, maybe um, old school Spanish, Dominican that was very racist. I am not none of those. I had also known I was a gay man from young, but hiding it inside because you know they don't want they don't want that in my family. So I went. She has given me my twin sister there, so I felt abandoned. Like
Right.
nobody wants me, or my goodness, I have to go to this man that I know is he's like a beast and very mean, manipulate all that. So I was scared. When I get there, it was he will talk negative, and as a young kid, you're not supposed to be in that situation of an adult. So I don't want him to speak negative of my mom. I didn't want my mom to speak negative of them because it's not it's not I was not supposed to know.
Yeah.
I'm still a kid trying to have a childhood and live as a kid. You know, why put me in the middle of this? But with that being said, he still did not want to support my family, so I It was about age 9. I had to learn how to work, go to school, work. I don't know how, I did not have a childhood, meaning did not enjoy events in school, did not know how to do prom, graduations, none of that. It was only books and go straight to work. Deal with my twin sister, take her home, come from after I drop her off from school to the house, I would have to go straight to the family business and work, work, which that made me a strong man, not to knock him off, because they also showed me how to be an independent, successful man. And always know that in life you have to work to get what you
Yeah.
want and to also maintain what you get. With that being said, all that I've been working with him I about for 10 years. It
What
came
is
down
tell me what
to
some of the traumas that occurred?
well, he would drink a lot. I guess with situations he was going through or anything. I couldn't tell you what it was because
Yeah.
it was his life. But he will be very drinking a lot and will take all his anger out on me. So I will be going to sleep and let's rewind, before all this happened, it came to a situation I was molested by his nephew, very young, and he walked in on that. So I guess that must have stayed stuck in his head
Yeah.
and within the years. So he proceeded, instead of like disciplining his nephew that did the thing, I got the one beaten. I got beaten, and then I got kicked out in the streets very young, and I had nowhere to go. But I knew where I needed to live, so I walked there. So I went back home. I explained to my mom everything that happened, but they took care of it, I guess, on their ways, and I went back to him. So I guess that's still buried in his head. So years later, he would get drunk, like I was saying. So just beat on, like take his anger. I'll be sleeping for no reason. I'll just get tossed, beat up, whatever, abuse and everything, verbally along with his. Um, and that hurt it. But at the end of the day, I used to always see to myself, you're gonna get older. You got to get out of this one day. You will get out of this. And I had my sister there with me, my twin sister, so I would never want her to see me as a weak link, you know? So I still said I had to still come back home because I have my sister and I would not want to leave my sister there with him. Although I know he would never put his hands on on the girls or anything, but still, I felt like I had to protect my
Yeah.
sisters because you're not a protector. Because if you was a protector, I would not be in the situation we in right now or with
Right.
you. So you're not a man. In my eyes, you was not a man
Yeah.
or a father. So that was issues I had. On top of that, like I said, he will just want me to work, work, work. I didn't have no childhood. That was abuse for a child because you don't know how to make friends. You wouldn't know what to do, how to sports or how to live as a kid, be happy and just alive. All I knew was how to work. I had to be the man of the house. I had issues that will be getting calls from my mom. And when she was in New York, I was living in Patterson, New Jersey with him. So she'll call that she needs anything for my sister's uniforms, anything. He would not support. So what I had to do, I had to come, sneak. Oh, here's this money. Come get it, pick it up, take care of my sisters.
Yeah.
So I was the provider for the family
Yeah.
as well. And that with all that, I was not angry, but I was hurt as I'm growing. So it comes to the situation where it was about my senior year. I finished my junior year, top school in Patterson, New Jersey, Waytech. Um, I got accepted. I had back then I had a lot of money saved in a little game box. So I decided to go that summertime to my mom. And I remember my mom was sitting a financial situation. And I said, "Oh, don't worry. I have money. Let me go back and get it for you." I went back. Back then, I had about a good $3,500 saved up. Back then, there's a lot of money. So when I went to take care of the situation for my mom, I go back and no money, but a penny, 1 cent left.
Oh,
So he disappeared. He decided to take my hard working money that I suffered to save up with abuse, verbal abuse, and all the child labor, all this thing I was doing young to what it paid off to see a penny. And then the bills are
man.
still there for my mom. So how is my mom going to do it? And he's going to go and build a home in the Dominican Republic for a new family with my money. That right there was the draw the line, and never came back. He never came back. I couldn't finish school. My last year, I just had one more year to deal with him, put up with it, and I was willing to do
Oh,
it.
you couldn't graduate?
I couldn't graduate, I couldn't finish school because now I'm living with my mom. So now what does that create? Now I thought I was done for my mom early child. Now this man come, I dealt with the punches, the verbals, the abuse and everything. For what? Now I finally think I could get my education and everything. I couldn't. Because now I have to find job, I have to work, just be the man of the house, be the daddy, the brother, everything. And I couldn't go finish school. Because what? I had to feel like it's school or work.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
mom would work, mom was working, but it would not meet up. Ends would not meet. It's
Yeah.
5 of us now. Well, it's four because my oldest sister, she went to the military. Thank God she's very successful, which I love. And she was my role model, one of my role models in life. And she made it. She's very successful now, thank God. But now I'm left with three, and with myself is four of us now, and my mom and everything. So I had to work. Couldn't go to school. I learned about. I I'm not gonna say I couldn't go to school. I had a choice. I could have gone to
Yeah.
school,
Yeah.
but I said the money. When you're young at that age, you see the money. It's like, oh my God, that's all you want. There's money, and I wanted to just be the best child for my mother and the man of the
Yeah.
house. So I decided, no, school is not for me. I
Yeah.
had to make money. So I did that. I decided, I said, I can't take this anymore. So now my mom met a good man, my stepfather, was doing well. But now like, I'm like, now I'm old. I want to live life that I
Yeah.
didn't do. So I started picking wrong roads, but it's because I didn't have guidance neither.
You didn't
So
have
I
what?
like the guidance I needed.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you
So
basically raised yourself.
myself. So I started hanging out, but I never knew how to be around people my age. Always been around older people, but professional, and I will always be. I'm very observant person, so I will just observe them and just stay focused and see what they're doing, moving, and how is
Yeah.
it about. So I'll just pick up knowledge through that. Um, and I used to listen to how they talk. I look at how they cook. I look at every little detail, very observant, but quiet. So I met a relationship and it was being good. But what happened? He was obsessed. I decided to leave out my home early, been on my own. Now this is about 17, been on my own. And what happened? He was obsessed, abusive also. But I'm young again. So I'm like, no, that's love. For me, that was love.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they hit me. If they don't, that means they don't love me. So fast forwarding, um, he was telling me, oh, he's a construction worker, X, Y, Z. No, he was not a construction worker. He was a mob, part of the mob. Then I know we got raided. So I'm like, what is this? I'm young. I'm like, I don't know nothing. Long story short, um, he got incarcerated. Later on in life, find out he passed away. But now it's like he left me so much. So I'm like, wow, I could do so much with this. Never got charged or anything, but thank God. I decided to proceed a dream I had, which is modeling. Started my modeling career, and it was going very great. It was for DKNY, Gucci, Source magazines, everything. You name it, I was there. I hit a tragic moment at my ending. I said I didn't want to do this anymore. I wanted to proceed my goals, which I always loved fashion. I wanted to do my own fashion industry. So I decided to do this one last um, fashion show where I thought it was going to be the best, and I thought it was going to be like I did it, my aha moment, and it became like my storm, really. It was hell. Instead of being the fairy tale, it became the nightmare. I went away, and at the show ended. I went out in the parking lot to, you know, go to my after event or after party where I told my best friend, I said, don't worry, I'll meet you in the location, which was my biggest mistake. He was like, okay, I'll let you be. As I'm going to the parking lot, I see three people with masks coming towards me. And that's what happened. I got raped. So I got gangbanged. This
How
was,
old were you? 17?
no, I was, at this age, I was about 20, I was going to be 21. Just going to
Okay.
be about 21. I have gotten raped. And that was
About three
that
men?
it was 4 men.
Men.
They pinned me down. It was like a scene of showgirls. It
Yeah,
felt.
yeah.
And that right there changed my life. That's when I shut down. Um, didn't want nothing to do with no one. I don't trust anyone. I just, I wouldn't say I became angry, but it started my dark thoughts and moments. And that's where I did not trust anyone. I don't care who you are, what you say, what you do. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see you. I don't want to speak to you. I just want to be alone and just do for me and only for me. But I also learned I felt I couldn't speak. I couldn't speak to anyone. The thing that hurted me the most that I never forget with those people, I said I was set up. Back then, I was a person that a lot of people admired me, but I was not into. Oh, tell me more about my eyes, or I was not. I just was like, okay, that's nice. I didn't want nobody, so I got it hit me hard because I only forget. I only remember one thing, and it's a person saying, "Give me your red wallet." Like, how do you know I have a red wallet?
Oh. What did they
So
say? A
you
red
know me,
watch?
a red wallet, my wallet.
Oh.
So if you know I have a red wallet, you know
Yes,
me.
that had to be, yeah, somebody in your circle.
So that just stood in my head. I was just like, you know me. You've been wanting to set me up. So now, as I went, I did not go to no police, did not go to no hospital. I just went straight to my hotel room, showered, uh, just sitting down in my shower alone and just letting water fall on me, but thinking, what am I going to do? Got dressed and just, I see myself walking.
let me stop
I was,
you. Let me stop you because you said a lot, right? And I just want you to take a break,
yeah,
right? And I want you just to just,
regroup.
just breathe a little bit. Yeah, because
Um,
you've shared a lot. So I think you need a moment. And then I also wanted to jump in and ask you, so with all that happened, um, and you think that that's point in your life when you really started, that dark place was anger and all those other things that you named. When did you start making that shift into loving yourself again, forgiving,
oh,
if you even forgave the people, like forgiving your parents?
wow,
Um,
I would say that shift became when I met you. If you, as
Me?
you know, yes, as you know, when you met me, um, wow, I'm getting teared up. I was still a person that, you used to see me. I was strong. I was a party goer, everything.
Yeah.
But I was still looking like sad. And you see me, my demeanor was very, I don't care who you are. I'll be a snap very
Yes.
quick. You couldn't tell me nothing. I will not have that eyebrow up like, who are you? Like they'll be like, oh, you too young. You this, girl, you could never even walk my shoe. But I always been an independent person. Um, I would say that about 10 years ago, it took that. It took a very, very long, long, long time.
And it
I did
does.
not, I did not forgive till about, truthfully, about 2 years ago.
Okay. Okay.
It
That
just
makes
two
sense.
years, 2 years. Mind you, we're talking about decades.
Yeah.
That thing, all this, I carried all this anger in me for decades,
Yeah.
family and everything. Then with families, like I learned now when I released and became more peaceful was when I used to speak to you back then. You counsel, guidance, you give me that, at least that shoulder to cry. You'd be like, you're not a bad person. You'll be like, you was very feisty, and Freddie, you doing too much and everything. But I also would listen and take your advices and your that warm hug and that shoulder and those arms when you used to hold me and I will cry, whatever. That you will be okay and you're not a bad person. Those things that people saying about you is they have issues with themselves. They fighting their own demons. But I'll hear it, but I'll be like, no, I'm still angry. And then I'll feel like I learned in life you cannot always be the victim because you have to take accountability as well.
Okay.
I would not blame myself ever about what happened to me because it's not my fault. But I do blame myself in people I used to welcome because I always felt I needed love.
Yeah.
So I always do for things for people thinking they are humble. Because at one point I had to say to myself, you can't be alone. You cannot just be walking alone. You need to talk. You need to find friends. It's not their business what you want to, but just open up, be social. You know,
So let me ask you, because we have about 9 minutes remaining. Let me ask you, for a 17-year-old that's watching this right now and have underwent um a rape, and they're gay, right? What can you tell them right now?
I could tell them first. I want to say sorry. Secondly, I want to say you're not alone. There's people out there that will listen to you,
Yes.
can help you, and you have to be strong. You don't feel this is the end of the world. It's not. It's sad, yes, it is, but it's also going to mold you in life to be strong and know challenges in life will be presented to you, but you also have that faith and that strong side of you that you can overcome. And you
How do they
have
bring
to
that strong side out when they don't know where to turn? They don't
say,
feel safe
find
talking to.
counseling, find someone that could help you speak, talk it out, get the help you need, find a healing, get a hobby, do something that excites you and will get your mind off of that. And I'm not going to say it's going to be overnight. It's not an easy process. It's never going to be easy. It's always going to be in you, but you have to find joy back into your life and the
Okay.
happiness.
So usually I ask what are some tips and that you can offer someone, but I think that you said a lot. You said get counseling, you said find a hobby, you said
Do
you
what you
always
love the
told
most.
right, do what makes you happy. You always used to tell yourself you're gonna grow up one day and get out of this.
Yes,
Um, you also said you cannot always be the victim and also don't blame yourself because it's not your fault. Powerful. All
yes.
those
You,
tips, powerful, coming from somebody that's been through so much.
yes. See myself in my deathbed at one point where I got, I was 80 pounds less, and everybody's around me talking about, oh, we have to, um, we have to start planning, funeral and things. My own family. I'm like, I got up. I said, girl, who gonna bury me? No. Oh no, 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 no. I did. I. You have to find your your healing, your faith that
What's your faith?
you got me. My faith. I learned. I pray a lot. I pray a
Yeah.
lot. I am a very spiritual person now. I always have been. I pray, and I know there's a higher power up there. But along with him, I have my own spiritual side, which I pray and everything. I'm not a person, oh, go to church and everything.
Yeah.
No, that's not me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be a fake, a phony person. I pray to my saints and they give me my peace because I know they walk with me through all my trouble, turbulences, and everything. And I know they would never see me weak and they
Right.
give me the strength I need. And I also had to always say to myself, if you went through this in your childhood, baby, you could conquer anything you want. And God by my side and good friends like you and other supporters I have, I made it. I made it. I'm still here. And I'm not planning to go nowhere anytime soon to that
That's
man up there.
another tip. That's another tip. Be around people that you love and that you know love
Yes.
you and not
Don't be
people
around
that's
people that's going to criticize you or that's judging you or that you cannot have a voice into when you're going through a storm. You cannot talk because they'll make it about themselves. If you see that coming to you, you just listen to them and just be like, okay, have a great one. But now you know, stay focused. It's not about them. It's about you. They couldn't be there for you, then stop getting, don't allow no distractions to come in your life. Because distractions is what's going to cause you to always be behind. People want to see you at their level.
yeah.
And if
Yeah.
you see that they're not better than you or doing something or giving you tips or anything to be that successful person, get them on. People, I say like this, you also learn family as you get older. Family is not always your family.
That's
Sometimes in
right.
your journey, as you're growing up, you meet your family in your journey.
Yes.
You know, it's not always family. Because sometimes family look what happened to me.
Right.
you know,
Right.
but that's all I could
So
say.
yeah. I definitely want you to come back. Like I have a million topics that I want to talk about, and you have a story to tell, and I know
Yeah.
that people, yeah, people will benefit from your story. So we have about 3 more minutes remaining. I want you in those 3 minutes to let the world know so far. I mean, I've only been open for 3 months now, but um, what has Monique Hanlon Lounge done for you?
Oh wow. It actually helped me how to meditate. Very, very good. I learned how to s- choose my words very wisely. And I also learned that it's very powerful words that you be saying in your bios and things of motivation. You're a very motivated person. You know how to give people motivation and put a smile on their face, no matter what storms you're going through in life. You will know how to. Well, for myself, I'm speaking how to
Yeah,
walk with a smile and wake up smiling. And I wake up like negative. Like I get my peace of mind. I'll turn on my Monique Healing um, um, page I have, all that, and just know the sun is bright. I can be as bright as that sun out there, and walk with faith. That's what I could
there you
do,
go.
and take day by
Right.
day.
Yep.
And when I feel I want a good laugh or anything, I contact Monique. Okay. And God willing, and I'm gonna have the privilege to travel to see my good old friends soon and go from there. Talk a lot. We could speak, and I also learned. I'm reading this book, and I'm like I said, I'm not a
Mm.
person that is church going, because I look at church,
We
I
got
go
less
like
than a minute, Freddie.
it's a it's a fashion show, but this helped me understand that Bible people read that I don't understand. And it gives me good advices and good words to continue my journey.
Excellent. Freddie, I appreciate you. I love you. And
Anytime.
thank you so much. And we'll be talking, okay?
Yes.
All right, bye.
Bye bye.